Hello. Okay, my mic was muted, of course. I already going strong with this. Already going strong with this. But yeah, given it these new transitions, were made by Ember Lily. Their YouTube is in the description. Please go subscribe to them. They made a lot that is my pumpkin, by the way. The pumpkin that I've changed on fire. I love the burn slander. Uh, but today is a good day. Last night, around 6 o'clock, I think, Chuggaaconroy did make his response way sooner than I thought, because Tim told me it could be at any time. But we got the entire doc, we got every response. We got him responding to Ember Lily, Massey. We got some good information from Massey. Uh, And we got Ember Lilies, where he just completely debunks everything. Regarding, we got the regarding Lolly stuff. Not Lolly Khan, but the Lolly girl. Okay, that doesn't make it any better. But he's made multiple statements that we're gonna go through. In my eyes, and in the eyes of many most, he is vindicated. All lies exposed to the highest degree. Um, I've tried to read it, but it was a lot. Yeah, well, that's what I'm for. So let's see. Display capture. Okay, so did this. Oh, I didn't. Why did the pumpkin? But here we go. Okay, so he makes his response at, oh, sorry, 3 p.m. yesterday. He does have a Google Doc link for those who want to look through it more. But he on Twitter he made his response. Hey everyone, Google Doc link. Uh, I know a couple creators went through the Google Doc, and there's some things that can't be clicked on. Um, so if anyone can forward that to Chuggaaconroy, go ahead. He says, I know, here comes the reading part where Bing just makes fun of me. Hey everybody, it has been a long time since I last shared anything with you, but now I feel ready to give an update on how I've been doing and clear up speculation on incidents that have been brought up since my last message. Whenever something blows up online, people make a lot of incorrect assumptions based on not knowing the full story and often assume the worst possible context. I would like to start by clearing up misconceptions. I haven't wanted to reveal information about others, but I think at this point it's best that everything is out in the open. Now, I'm going to stop there and give my opinion. I believe this was the best course of action. Now, I'm going to preface this. Do not harass anyone. He puts, even if it's like quote unquote deserved, do not harass anyone. I don't condone harassment. Even Emil doesn't condone harassment. But we're going to get into where people did have a little bit pushback on someone he did reveal, but I think the information that he revealed was very important to someone's accusation. I think Missy has been going trending all night, so I think we got the person that he talked about. I have removed irrelevant personal information as I only wanted to say as much as I need in order to set the record straight. Please do not bother anybody I name here. I do not want others to experience what I went through. I have already asked that people not harass my accusers, and it is disappointing to see this ignored or not respected. I truly don't want anybody to be attacked over this. So he gives his statement there. Do not harass. But I just want to point this out. You know, when I came back to the Chuggaaconroy story, we talked about Jane Doe and how Lady Emily was harassing Jane Doe with her fans. Just a little bit in your mind. Emil's saying don't harass, but Lady Emily's just ready to go. Harass, harass, harass. Because she's tickled. and it's like right here, regarding Massey. Massey and I have dated for 10 years, and now we were engaged to be married. It fell apart about 3 years ago now. In every video you've ever seen us together in, I was her boyfriend, and our friends knew about it. You're probably wondering how this stayed secret for so long. We both wanted our private lives to be hidden at the beginning. After the engagement, I wanted to share it, but Massey stayed firm that it remained private. She was never clear to me as to why, but I respected her wishes until it was necessary to clear this up. So remember when Massey was like, "Oh, like he was harassing me. He didn't listen to boundaries." Yeah, she never told the audience they were dating and possibly going to get engaged for marriage, making the allegations so much worse. Apple News. I don't care about Apple News. We loved each other, and I thought the world of her. But we had a difficult breakup. Losing her was the hardest thing I've gone through, and I regret how emotional I got about it and the way I handled it. I handled it. That is what happened between us. We would both like to never hear about one another again, and I sympathize with her being getting bombarded about my situation after the breakup. The feelings she expressed go both ways, and I don't wish to be associated with her going forward in any capacity either, which I agree. Um, to me and to many others, she just dogpiled on the Lady Emily um, accusations by making another harassment allegation without telling everyone the full context. This is what I mean by all lies, all context exposed. Um, he brings out everything. This is probably one of the most perfect I've seen in a while. He doesn't do the typical Minecraft YouTuber thing of just Ember Lily. No, Ember Lily. Hold on. I'm looking at my chat on my phone. Ember Lily made the transition slides. I don't think you were here to see that. Um, my starting screen. I have a live screen, and then I have a ending screen that was all made by her. Um, is this your first time reading it? No, I did read it a couple times. Wait, why did it go to notifications? Okay, there we go. But no, I read this a couple times. I've also seen the Twitter responses to all this. The typical trolls, of course, don't want to listen to it. They don't. They're calling him a victim blamer, etc., etc. But there are a lot of people who've turned, I guess, back to the light when he exposed everything. As for her video cameo after the breakup, I did that because I believed we were still friends and just taking a break from each other. But once she told me she didn't want them, I stopped. I have strong feelings about the way it was said, but I am asking you nicely not to run away with speculation about her because I know what it feels like. And if you felt bad for enjoying our old videos, don't. I still look back on them fondly and personally assure you that we were happy and having fun in them. The time for that is just over now. And this is where he starts going into the Lady Emily allegations, and then we get to the Lolly stuff in a video, which I hope plays. Uh, in the in 2023, Emily contacted me through a friend who spelled out how our conversations made her feel. I was shocked by, apologized to her, and to some friends I said/done similar things with. It was well received among the people I talked to, and I liked to hear that. I'm sorry to anyone who hasn't heard this from me. I'd hope to tell you on my own terms. This was genuinely the first time this behavior was met so negatively to my face. At the time, I was told that this would not go public as long as I never did it again, which I have not done it since. I took it to heart and sought professional help immediately. So, remember when Lady Emily says, "Oh, I was on Reddit and I did this because I saw someone have a whole green flag wholesome beam." Well, I guess the how should I word this? Like, I guess the agreement was this wouldn't go public if he got help, and it looks like he already was going through help, and she just fucking did it anyway. Which is, the typical YouTuber behavior. I don't care about my congressman. Oh, hey, Ollie. And Gathonic, what's up? What's up? Uh, I felt like shit for months and was seeing a therapist about it every week. And by the start of January, I felt I was taking some great strides and improving. I took Emily's word seriously and was doing my best to take responsibility. But unfortunately, it all ended up going public anyway. It crushed me inside that despite my efforts, Emily and many others would see me as irredeemable. I want to dispel a few things about me by Emily. I didn't ask for her foot pictures constantly. I asked him once to see how the picture of her wearing the shoes I bought her, which honestly didn't realize that would make her uncomfortable. Which, it's a fucking gift, whatever. Like, it doesn't even make it like it doesn't even make sense to me. Like, you're getting a gift and he's asking you to wear them so you make sure it fits. Like, is that I've gone through our logs and could find no evidence of that claim where I was constantly asking or that it was of her bare feet. I don't think this is a fair summary of our chats. My kink doesn't define every aspect of my life. I bought Emily's shoes because she told me hers were damaged and needed replacing, and then told me it was almost her birthday a half hour later. It was a spur of the moment, and I just wanted to help out a friend. I also made jokes about feet and bought shoes for most of my friends throughout my life, even for people like Tim. Because that's number one, right? Oh, let me make sure. Okay, yes, this is number one. Nice sneakers. Well, thank you. I needed new ones to be honest. My everyday pair is starting to become damaged. Seems sadly typical due to thin fabric. Yeah, the curse of liking shoes that aren't durable. Got them on sale though for 20 bucks. Can't complain. Hope you're doing well. Now this is June. Remember, June. This is June. We got 06, 06, 06, 06 in chat. Hey, thank you. I just finished editing a video that was nuts to make. I think that was during his Black Ops, not Black, Pokemon Black and White 2 stuff. The break here is just talking about my video, etc. Do you do you got any goings on other than having holes in your shoes? Not much. Just got back from Vancouver last week. Visited. Yeah. Besides that, I just been settling back, playing Zelda, and trying to figure out what my month is going to look like planning wise. How wonderful that is! I hope you're having a fantastic Pride month too. You deserve so much. Thank you. It's my birth month too, so hopefully it's a good one. Oh shoot, when's your birthday? June 19th. So Juneteenth over here. Um, well, another Civil Rights Day. Okay, fuck. Okay. I was just making a joke. I didn't think you'd say that. So like, do you have a PO box? Not at the moment, no. Oh well, I was going to see if I can partake in birthday niceness. Oh well, that's very kind of you. Like, he's just being kind. There's no harassment here. He's asking you. I tr. Oh well, I trust you. You're a friend. Like, what the fuck? Oh, A Dot was supposed to also join me tonight. If someone's in waiting, hold on. No. Um. Okay. Astral did give me a statement that she can't join the stream tonight. But did she did make a statement. If she wants me to read it, I'll read it. Now they're talking about Zelda here. It's like they're all talking about Zelda and stuff. And it's just like she occurred. Okay, so nice, yeah. Like sneaker size. He asked for the sneaker size. Uh, Generally around a woman's 10, give or take a little. Most like, because also got to remember, Lady Emily is trans, so there's also that. That going around as well. That's different shoe sizes. He says she would encourage my role play and jokes about shoes, and even consented and participated. Consented and participated. Remember that one. Because we already knew she consented because she accidentally showed logs of her consenting. So like I checked in multiple times to make sure it was really okay and trusted her with a sensitive part of myself so that she wouldn't feel misled or like I had ulterior motives. I think that's also why I didn't particularly try to hide this. I thought I was being dumb with consenting friends. At the worst, that it was a little embarrassing, and my kink was probably my kink was probably one reason I liked the subject. My partner read through what Emily posted and thought the tone was silly, but not over the line of what sexual or romantic for me. I trust her opinion on that more than my own. I was also evaluated by medical professionals about my shoe talk. Their view was it was a way to feel close to a friend and an escape in hot times of high stress and tragedy. It would resurface whenever things got particularly bad. Oh, I'm getting text after text. Hold on. Can I read this on stream? I'm still waiting for A Dot. He's never talked to me at all, which is great. He goes, yeah, YouTube doesn't give sick days. Hope you don't mind all the foot jokes. I guess it latched onto after you told me about it. Not sure if it's a sensitive subject for you or anything. Nah, it's fine. I don't mind. Remember, that was what Emily posted. I don't know why I got Ember Lily and her confused. I'm sorry. I'm fucking tired, bro. But this is the screenshot she posted when she was getting criticized for not giving enough context, and then we got this screenshot right here. I've read it multiple times. Not as good. I hope your day has been good. And we already read all this. Glad to know. Good to have the openness and common understanding. Remember, chat. Remember. Like, God damn it. Emily put that out herself. She did it herself, bro. It's just, yeah, literally gave consent. And we already know that because this screenshot was out there when Emily put it out there, saying it wasn't consent. So no, it was. It was 110% consent, and we already seen all this. The next day, here's what the uncut talk between us looked like as it transitioned into roleplay. Now, is he guilty of role-playing? Yes. Woo, whatever. Well, we'll read through these. I don't know why they're so fucking small. PS2 was a console I remember first really getting into. Missed a lot of Wii games, yada, yada, yada. Surprising. I felt like everyone had one, usually alongside the other two. So, like, I feel for you, I really do. But if you're still coughing and sick, what do you need shoes for? I mean, yeah, if you want them, go for it. I mean, yeah, if you want them, go for it. I was uncomfortable. I never gave consent. He did this out of the blue, chat. He just did this out of the blue. Damn, that was easy. I mean, I'm sick. Far be it from me to put up a fight. Is this a trick? Why would I trick you? Here are the shoes. They're normal shoes. No, here you go. And sends a picture of a shoe. So Emily can never claim she never participated. What the fuck? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, bro? Are you actually kidding me? Open open in the Google Doc. I've seen the Google Doc. Bro, I have like a 5th grade reading level, okay? I'm trying here. I'm trying. um but th- like look at this. Just this in general. Oh, I never participated. He did this out of the blue. I mean, yeah, if you want them, go for it. Here's a picture of a goddamn shoe. Like, okay, sure, buddy, sure. You never participated in anything. Whatever, whatever. Sends another picture of a shoe. You can use these later for potential boss fights or enemy encounters. Oh, fuck off, Lamau. So you're just putting them back like nothing happened after tormenting me. I'm never gonna give them up. Do your worst. Do your worst. Do your fucking worst. Like, this is what I mean. Like, all lies exposed. They're just like, this is a huge bombshell. The images are easier to read in the Google Doc. You know what? I will try the Google Doc. I will try the Google Doc. I know, like, Larix, even though I don't like him, he covered it. And it seemed like the Google Doc was glitching out for him a bit. Let me make sure it doesn't show my email, so hold on. I don't want my email to be shown, so hold on. Let me display capture. Okay. No, okay, we're good. Sometimes I slip up and somehow my email gets out there and I have to take down the stream. I don't want to take this down. Okay, so good to know. Okay, I guess they are a little bit easier to read here. But not much better, to be honest. Do your worst. Okay, fine. Goes over and gives you a hug. I didn't expect this tactic. Hugs tighter, but not comfortable, uncomfortably. Yeah. Oh, dang, you got me. Oh no, you can't do this to me. This is, this is all cringe. Okay, being cringe is not a crime, but to say that she never participated in it, mm, mm, this is the tone of the conversation that led to the role play. I think honestly, it just reads as pretty silly from the both of us. I remember when this happened, I was just playing a video game and laughing to myself when she added to it because it was all out there and dumb. I cackled at her sticker star joke. My girlfriend added that Emily's decision to include personal information about her was greatly upsetting to her. Emily needlessly published the territory my girlfriend lives in, this was not public knowledge and did nothing to prove any point. So basically, Emily's getting accused of basically doxing, and Emily was the first one to say that his girlfriend lived in Scotland. I think that was in the initial allegations where Emily said that she lived in Scotland. I didn't know that. I'm sure Chad didn't know that. Um, it's like this is yes. In Emily's screenshots, I'm open to having a girlfriend, and told her my SO was fine with all this. Our relationship had no bearing on any of this and never needed to be brought up. I also want to say I never lied about how this was resolved privately. In my original statement, I said, when you communicated to me this privately a few months ago, I apologized to you directly and promised I would never repeat this kind of behavior again with anyone else. I worded things that way to protect the friend who mediated, as involving others was something I wanted to avoid. I promised my friend I would never repeat this. We discussed it for hours. They told Emily how it went and then I sent Emily this apology. Talk to me about this. I apologize for everything I did. I will not reach out again. I'm sorry. This is 11. That's November. That's November. So 11 in chat, bro. I never claimed we had a conversation about it. All I said was it was communicated privately, which it was. I don't think a friend being here contradicts that. I don't retract my apology about hurting her or pestering her for a reply. Nothing I've said changes that I did that. I just felt this this I just felt this important context was left out, which it was, because when he did make that apology, which I didn't agree with, because it just felt like bending to the audience, but she immediately like, oh, you're lying. This is out of context. I can't believe you're just lying to your audience. That's what Emily was doing, leaving out this context. Ironically, this is what I was working with and why I was so comfortable doing this. I kept asking if it was okay and kept doing it because she said she enjoyed it. I wanted to be open with someone I cared about rather than just assume. And gave her my word that it wouldn't go into sexual territory for myself. It still wasn't good in any way to act, but I hope it's understandable how I could think this way. Due to an autism spectrum disability, I struggle with understanding social cues and people's limits. I don't hide behind this as a shield from criticism. I've learned to live with it. I've learned I couldn't always trust myself to say the right thing or take things too far due to my inability to see situations the same way as other people. Also, it's the internet, so I guess it's gonna be like depending on the tone of the like. It's also texting, you know. If I'm screaming in text that, like obviously that I just wrote random letters, like that means, oh, I'm pissed. Who joined? I'm live. I'm live.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hey, live. My name's Dad.
yeah, okay. Have a good day. I'm doing important stuff.
I,
We'll play games later. Have a good day.
I'm just fucking with you.
I can tell. Have a good day. Have a good day, Shiny.
Nah, I have a terrible day. Have a stupendous, wonderful day.
Yes, yes. Have a good day. God damn. Wait, is it not sharing the screen? Am I? Okay, it is. I don't. Oh, okay. Doctors have told me. Okay, sorry. I don't know why I thought it wasn't sharing the screen. Doctors have told me this is what happens with me. To make up for the weakness I learned many years ago to be open with people, relying on permission and asking questions and requesting others to tell me if something becomes too much. This is what I did with Emily. Despite that, she never once communicated that. Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you, Umber. I said anything that made her uncomfortable until she was considered going public. I was confused when she started ignoring my messages. I didn't do well with being ignored. It just makes me worry a lot about the other person because I do best in open communication when I have nothing to work with. I really can't understand what someone is thinking. In this case, I thought she liked how it was going, which usually leads me into wishing each day will be the day I hear they're okay. I've learned how that repeated messages like this can be stressful to others. I did everything she wanted to do once she told me she didn't like it. Took it in my own hands to get mental help and learned more about my issues. It's perfectly fine to revoke consent and decide it's getting too much, but this wasn't told to me. I was told the opposite of that. In this case, I only listened when I got caught. I did listen because that's what the allegation was. Like he was pushing boundaries. You have a Discord. I do have a Discord. Is it public? In Astral's Discord. Hold on. I don't know. I'll do that. I'll do that later. I'll do that later. Um, but Emily was coming out like, oh, he never listened to my boundaries. He was doing this all out of pocket. I never wanted to communicate or do it in any way. He just did this off the cuff. But here's Emily with a fucking shoe. Um, man, if you want them, go for it. Participating. Like, Emily did this before with Quinton reviews, so it's like I guess this way. I guess she thought this time she got away with it. I don't know. Now we're getting into the lolly stuff. I hate that name. Uh, I wish it was any other name but that one. It's just great, great names. I love these names. There was a chat log shared back in 2010 when I was 19 about this. I'm not a pedophile and I'm not a groomer. I was an idiot teenager who made dirty jokes. I had no intention of doing anything to this person. Quite opposite, in fact. This post is taking two separate things over a decade apart and showing them together. When I was a teenager, I said a lot of dumb things I shouldn't have. I'm 34 now and can't stand anything I have typed that long ago. I don't think anyone could. What I can do is tell you my intentions. To give an idea of how long ago this chat was, I was 19. TRG didn't exist, and I never appeared at a single convention. I hadn't started college. I lived at home. I still lived at home. I made videos as a hobby. It wasn't professional, and I was working on my first Pokemon Let's Play. I don't think something that old should be treated as a representative of a person I am now. In any sense, it was so long ago that I learned the concepts of the log existed when you did. So he didn't even know these logs existed until it came out on that speedrunner, Wester Stir, whatever that guy's name is. They all have weird names. All these speedrunners have these weird names. But he apparently, according to him, he didn't even know the logs existed. So I was extremely hurt to be judged for something from so long ago, and that is headline, and the headline that was worded like I assaulted someone, which it was. It was headlined. The four screenshots on that guy's post were the most damning to make this guy look the worst as possible. Worcester, bro. I hate all these names. Okay, it's like a different language with all these internet names, guys. Uh, the internet is a very different. The internet was a very different place, and it was fictitious. Being fictitious was everywhere. Very true, by the way. Very like the internet was a wild, wild west. Any slur was said. Uh, Anything was said. Like remember the R slur? Yeah, that was great. Like we used it up until recently. The F slur, we used that up until recently. Like we used all of these words, and then it becomes nah, you can't use it anymore. So the internet was a very different place. Like I mean, it's just as toxic. Not just as like old internet was definitely worse, but I'm not liking new internet at all. New internet sucks. It was like our escape from censorship. The edgier, the better. True. It was easy to get caught up in the moment and say things I didn't mean when I was that young too. You need to look no further than my terrible old videos for the tasteless things I thought were hilarious at the age, or my sense of humor has changed, or how internet culture as a whole changed. All these are true. It might be hard to imagine, but back then people commonly threw around vulgar language and joked about horrible things like it was nothing. True. I mean, people still do that. People still do that for 100%. But like, it's not. It's never like it was, bro. 2010 to 20. I'm gonna say 2010 to 2018. It was just everything was out there. Like you could say anything at any time at anyone for anything. Um, and yeah, like we all remember iDubbbz. We all remember Smosh. Smosh was kind of edgy too, believe it or not. Like we remember everything from back then. And now you look at them now, it's a huge change. One huge 180. Huge 180. New internet is so boring. True. Um, some people were concerned about one part I said, I'm going to rape you. and then said something about a video with a cat. It wasn't a serious conversation. It was a popular meme at the time, and I was sure quoting this video. I remember all my friends quoting it on a daily basis, and it was the biggest thing ever. Actually, if I go back, I'm not gonna click that link. I got a direct video. Sorry. Watch on YouTube. What?
Get the fuck down! Fucking jump! Jump! Get the fuck down from there! Fucking jump! Jump!
These are the exact videos from back then, bro. How long ago was this? 17 years ago. Get them, guys. Get them. 17 years ago. 17. We got to get them. Like, Jesus. Like, gotta get them, chat. Go get them. We all. He said some vile things to a cat. Get him on Twitter, bro. Do the typical Twitter thing. Obviously don't. Let's no harassment. Obviously don't. But like, Jesus Christ. As for the Pita Crush line, I don't even remember saying it. I don't even remember saying it. It was 14 years ago. Probably a joke that was topical. Pedo Bear was an enormous meme at the time, and jokes dunking on pedophilia were just that. Internet humor was just what internet humor was back then. Lolly equals pedo was a common joke, and given her username, an easy one. I definitely learned a long time ago that these sorts of jokes aren't cool and can be harmful to victims. Society moved on from this time many years ago, and I have too. You can see the difference between them and now by looking at anything I type. Most of the day, most of the most of the rest of the chat is boring talk about a video game we like. Which is, yeah. I think when these came out, people were going through multiple logs of this, and it was just video game talk and like Pokemon. Given the time, if you still felt like the chat is getting out of hand, I agree with you. In fact, I agreed with that when I was 19. Wally said she didn't know any of our she didn't know why our chats ended abruptly. I can tell you exactly why. It was because I disliked the direction of these chats and how young she was, and I told her this numerous times. After a few conversations, I took a step back and realized this could not continue. She would constantly initiate raunchy topics with my 19-year-old self. I was oblivious at first. And I thought it was funny shit posting. And for the time, it could be funny shit posting. People were doing this everywhere, bro. AOL, Gaia, all these places. All Skype, bro. Skype was made in 2002. Skype was a hell place. like there was all these like social media like things like Skype, bro. Like, do I even have to talk about Skype or what? I mean, yeah, ancient boomer Discord. Um, there was lots of shit posting everywhere. Twitter wasn't as cancerous as it is now. It was YouTube completely changed from back then. Uh, you don't really see any more videos with the N word in them, do you? You know, or the F slur or anything else. Uh, Played off their behavior as a joke and thought of them as a friend with a dirty sense of humor, like many friends I had back then. Um, I had Xbox Live, bro. I think everyone here had Xbox Live, and the raunchy, fucking horrible shit that was said then. Hey, I'm here. Hey, gamer fan. Okay. I'm really aging yourself, eh? Yeah, bro. It's just like I see myself in him because like on Xbox Live, bro. Anything went. Like the infamous MW2 lobbies. Like people said anything. People said anything at any time to anyone for whatever reason. Like Jesus. And to hold this guy to a higher standard because of old internet, he participated in old internet. Twitter's still toxic. Oh, it's still toxic. Twitter is still toxic, but golly, it's not as toxic as it used to be. And yeah, obviously people are gonna harass. Please don't harass, but Skype isn't that old. God, no, 2002. Look it up. Skype started in 2002. And I imagine the raunchy, hellish place that was until Discord came around. No, I'll possess you forever and talk to you and be all like, I see dead people and sad face. Make you touch yourself in public. Yeah. Why are all the things you do to me sexual? Do you really do want me? Facepalm. After a while, things started to escalate, and they sent a sexually explicit gift to my house. It made me realize they weren't being silly. They were romantically interested in me, and not the other way around. The whole thing made me and my mother uncomfortable, and after deliberation, I not only rejected them, but cut all contact with them. Which is true, because remember at the end of the lolly doc, and like they said, like, oh, this stopped here because I'm a dumb teenager. I didn't get all the logs. No, he didn't get all the logs because he cut you off. I actually talk about this in the log they posted, and our contact becomes less frequent after that, which is something I called out, and many others. But let's continue. You can see after this point, we go long periods of time without talking. I just tell her I'm busy or need to get going. I don't look exactly thrilled about this gift. Oh, you got it. Still was waiting for you. My mom told me I was not allowed to wear the shirt though. This is a sexually explicit shirt. I don't even want to wonder what the shirt was, because Jesus. I do not speak to this person for another 10 years. I had no intention to reestablish content. 10 years later, they approached me at a convention, and that is how we became friends again. I guess hindsight 2020. I thought after that long she was a new person and deserved a second chance. If you need proof more than just my word that it was just joking around and I was the one who stopped it, here's proof. This is me telling the story to them in 2021 and the reaction to it. This is ages. The ages are slightly off due to fuzzy memory, but this was the event that caused me to contact. Based on my past rejection of you, I don't think I have to justify I wouldn't to you. Haha, you rejected me. I was going to save the story for when we were in a call, but I guess this is on topic. Plus, it's been weeks. Oh God, what did I do? The shirt. So the shirt you sent me, my mom found that soon after I got it and asked me why I heck had something like that. I told her my friend sent it to me. She immediately goes, "This girl has a crush on you, no doubt about it." Like, oh, well, she was 14 and I was 18. I guess the ages were different. My mom told me I can't associate with that and it was dangerous. Good mom, W mom. I better keep my distance. As much as I like spending time with you, I chose to slowly fade out and hope you find someone else. This is why I fell out of your life for a few years. Well, that makes sense. I was gonna say I would never have told you I had a crush on you. I was big chicken. I knew at least. I was pretty sure of it. Once my mom said that, and I sort of analyzed a lot of things you said and done. It made a lot more sense after that. I knew at least. I was pretty sure of it. Once my mom said that, I sort of analyzed. Okay, I already read that. Do you think I was a cop or something? I mean, I was pretty sure you were you, and I didn't want to abuse or hurt you with an unfair relationship. So regardless, it was hard to know from me at the time. Honestly, as an adult, I appreciate that you set a boundary. So he set a boundary. There you go. Um, I'm glad I was where you wouldn't like me back then because I was intentionally snubbing you at least some of the time. I was afraid. It was a relief when you were happy to see me at Con Bravo. All these names, bro. I just figured we were busy with life and moved on. I kind of had that passive excuse. I was hitting the big time around then. I always enjoyed spending time with you, but though at those ages, I wasn't gonna let something develop on either side. I wanted you to go find other people. You were still a kid and wouldn't have time for that. On the other side of this, I confided in him as a teen about a girl I liked at the time, and it's not them. There's a girl who I think might like me. I told her something like that last night, and swear to God, she got so risen up from her depression. Someone know personally, or just she started off as a fan. Hopefully, she's hopefully going to this thing in June that I'm going to be at in a few weeks. Pretty much all my friends are begging me to go for her in that time. Haha. Who has an online love, stupid face. I really don't know if she likes me or not. I sort of suspect she might. Which, I guess speculation, that's Massey. Because Massey and them were dating during this time in 2010, according to him. Yeah, know what? No harassing. Don't harass John. Don't harass anyone involved. Um, so said they sent an SFW shirt and then called him a groomer. Teens be teens, but flip the script. That's bad. It's case. Honestly, one thing I dislike about the internet is that we can't have flaws or imperfections. We must be perfect people who do no wrong, and in reality, we are flawed people. I mean, yeah. The Definitely after like the cancel, like not to like, oh my god, cancel culture. When the cancel culture shit started, that's when it became like you gotta be perfect, or else you're a horrible, horrible person. You're either perfect or you're just a big L of a person. That's what like when like the drama sphere, which I'm in, all my friends that are mods are in, like when that started, the Pro Jared cancellation, the cancellations of others, cancellations of celebrities for literally nothing. Um, I'm not saying like P Diddy did wrong, obviously, but there was like some celebrities that like did literally nothing that got canceled. Um, and then like more YouTubers got canceled and more YouTubers got canceled, and it just became like you gotta be perfect or bye bye. Bye bye. You're never gonna have an internet career again. Perfect or else. There was humor not acceptable by today's standards, sure, but that was half of my life ago. I lacked the experience I have now, and I think it shows I have no romantic or physical interest in them as a teen. And even back then, once I knew this wasn't a game to them, I rejected it and backed off. I it upsets me when I learned they learned that they wanted me. It put so many things they said into perspective and it creeped me out. And I can see when I read this log again, and I can see that when I read this log again. This was my learning experience about why even jokes like this aren't a good idea. I haven't said anything like this to a minor in 14 years since. I specifically remember telling my mom that leaving that friendship was the most caring thing to do to this person. Speaking to someone who suffered a lot as a child, I have ground rules involving minors, and it's taken these sort of things immensely seriously ever since. I read through it all, and to my surprise, She's the one initiates the role play. She's the one tries to tickle my feet. She goes further than that too. She was the origin of it, and at least in this chat, I don't know if she's where I got the idea from, but it's possible. I guess it's neither here nor there, but I didn't know what I was into at 19 anyway. This point, something I wasn't sure of publishing for months. I hate that this is relevant, but I, and I should not be sharing this if they didn't post it anonymously. I cut contact with them, thinking they just had a innocent crush that needed to stop. It got it was a lot worse than that. I was disturbed to find they admitted that in old chats their goal was to manipulate me into having sex with them. here are two different times they told me this story, as well as the time we briefly touched on it. Ah, edit, zoom. Jesus Christ, zoom, zoom, zoom. This is what I mean. Like this, for some reason, for a couple YouTubers, that was fucking ages away from the screen. Um, she says no clue. Blank told me younger was better, so I thought you'd like me more if I told you my GEH. Yeah, I wouldn't have gone for a 14-year-old when I was 18. I can't say I agree with him there. 4 years isn't that bad this far in, but 14, you still have findings a lot in life, and I'd see that as predatory. Yeah, when I was underage, I wanted a fucking older guy so badly. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. It just happened. It just so happened all the predators around me were inept as fuck, and I just trolled them into being thirsty. Oh my god, oof. I'm thankful you didn't end up being one of those. Holy shit. I can see was really warped your views. He really did. Thankful I have zero sexual attraction for people. I less love them. And all the thirsty weirdos didn't do it for me, and I was an asshole, and I just fucked with them. Man, here I thought you were a harmless childhood crush on me. Didn't know you wanted to fuck me ASAP. I am violently sexual. There you go. Um, but absolutely, I have not let you do that, regardless of how long we got along. Younger me would be disappointed. Current me appreciates it. Goes around. You were really off by my age. I was like, I don't see a problem. Talked about younger girls being better. I was like, legitimately, you told me that story. It's kind of messed up. Honestly, a miracle no one took advantage of me as a child. I say it is. You're very fortunate in that way. True. Um, I really wanted an older dude really badly when I was a kid, too. I literally had the goal to have underage sex. I was depressed when I turned 16. Man, I'm so happy you never got hurt back then. So happy. RNG now, you're the luckiest person alive. Oh, RNG. Okay. View, zoom, back up to 100. Actually, I think the whole picture of here changes everything about their side of the logs. Their framing of events that made me look like a predator really upset me when I saw this again. Regardless of some of the jokes on the screen, this is a real tragedy I prevented from happening. I refused to be their friend for so much less than their actual motive. It wasn't just me either. They said they targeted multiple other adults for sex. My feelings about this are complicated. It's horrible in so many ways. They wanted to use me for underage sex and then frame it like I was preying on them because of some of the texts from 14 years ago. But I also feel for them when I look at how bad their situation probably was. By the way they talk, they had a very bad childhood. That's all I'm going to say on that one. They seem to have a very bad childhood. Um, um, it is a miracle. I'm just gonna say this. It is a miracle that no one took advantage of her, and I'm very glad Chuggaaconroy didn't. But it is like a miracle. There's lots of predators today that would have loved Lolly back in 2010. It's like all the people that are actually exposed for pedophilia would have loved this. They would have fucking jumped all over her. EDP for one. Okay, yeah, my fucking thing's plugged in. Um, and it just it does, and now get like I said, this gives more context to things that were left out. Um, and it just makes her look worse. um, as for the modern stuff they show, this is more than that was that was after more than a decade with no contact. I only had vague recollections of our conversations were back then, and years into this new friendship, I was asking as adults if they wanted to text role play but spicy. I was forward about it, and so they wouldn't think I wanted to wanted silly stuff like I remembered us doing. For the record, I was single. I was single. I can't even spell. I can't even speak. I was single, which means I'm gonna go back up for a bit. That ties into the timeline of Massey, where they broke up. They broke up, and then he started talking to her from a convention. So that actually ties pretty good. The timeline is very, very good. And they were fine with me asking. I wasn't in a good headspace when I asked them for roleplay stuff. It was the worst year of my life, and I just wanted to feel close to someone I cared about in that loneliness. She told me she likes us miss roleplay, so I thought it was natural to ask. By this point, we'd been friends again for years. It was 12 years since I cut contact. I didn't remember most of our old talks, and we put an awkward past behind us. So many bad implications were I don't know why that. I don't know why that. Hold on, sorry, chat. I don't know why my mic just turned off. I didn't remember most of our talks, and we put our awkward past behind us. Bad implications weren't exactly there for me. Save for one time they ran into me as an adult. I only ever known this person online. Never else ever happened. This is the first time I asked them for anything since learning what I liked. More than that in a second. If Lolly is reading this, I'm sorry I made you hurt. I don't think it changes what I said, and I mean it. Though I am surprised at this, we were friends up until this, and I got along better as adults. I was glad to have you in my life without that inappropriate crush. It was basic knowledge that to both of us that you were the one who wanted me, and I shut it down. I even apologized last year for asking for roleplay stuff, and you said you forgave me and considered me a true friend. I don't really know what you were thinking. I don't even remember these chats, and I was genuinely confused by what you even were speaking out about when I first heard it was you. It hurt a lot to see you say that, and that you don't know if I ever considered you a real friend. I told you that you were awesome and funny and smart a lot. We got each other through difficult times. You were a bright spot in my darkest time, and I admired you for it. I spent your birthday with you. You mattered to me so much. We just had a nice conversation about how much we cared about each other right before this, too. I want you to know that I cried when I wrote this because it was a moment where it really hit me that I'll never speak to you again. The hardest part of all this was through our chats to find proof of my intentions. The hardest part of all of this was going through our chats to find proof of my intentions. Jesus Christ. In doing so, I opened a time capsule of a beautiful friendship that doesn't exist anymore and saw the very real ways we helped each other. I wish you talked to me about it. I will have listened. I saw you a friend for life. Please don't be angry at this person who posted these chat logs. They were looking out for their friend, my former friend, and it's possible they didn't have this context either. They were being a good friend. Okay. Head out. Good stream as always. Thank you. Thank you. Burn, yeah, I remember saying about his father. 76. I'm not going to harass Mose for this, but she should have mentioned in her statement after MagFest ended. I don't really blame Mose. I do have a take on that. That I guess it's annoying when you have 100,000 people asking if you and Emil are dating. Okay, let's put that in perspective. Like, it's every day someone's poking. Are you dating? 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 Yeah, that could get annoying, bro. That could get so annoying. I sympathize her on that one, but it doesn't give her the right to say that he sexually harassed her or harassed her in any way. That he didn't listen to boundaries, without giving the context that they were dating and engaged, okay? Do not harass, for the last time I'm going to say this, I do not harass anyone. People did harass her, yes. I imagine people harassed her in real life. I imagine it. I bet throughout their entire relationship, people are like, "Are you dating? Are you dating?" Like, yeah, that would be super super annoying. Um, uh, yeah. So I sympathize with her on that point, but it doesn't give her the right to dogpile when someone's down. Sorry. Yeah. Me at 19, I have something else that speaks to where my mind was when I was 19. I didn't want to open out about this at any point, but it's part of this now. I mentioned in my past I didn't live the happiest childhood due to an especially traumatic time where I was assaulted as a child. I was left unable to enjoy sex until my adult life. The idea of having sexual beyond edgy teenage the idea of anything sexual beyond edgy teenage jokes on the internet was foreign to me at 19, and I think my awkwardness shows it. While I may not know why I sent every little I'm okay, now my brain's kind of fuzzled. While I may not know why I sent every little I'm 14 years ago. Instant messenger, sorry, there we go. I know what states my I know what state my body and mind were at the time, and I know how I struggled with comprehending anything sexual, and how it hindered my attempts at relationships. Even with people I was comfortable dating, I struggled with the concept of them seeing me naked or enjoying sex years after that. You can see this in my video on how inept I was going about sex for so long and how I could say unfortunate things and not know it. Perhaps this is why I didn't shut things down sooner and how I didn't think what their overly sexual messages could mean, besides people being dumb as fuck at 19. I had no experience or understanding of sexual situations. It took my mom pointing it out for me to see what was going on. I just matched the vibe to my funny friend until it became too much, and then I left. Because of this accusation, I had to explain what I went through as a kid to several friends who wanted an explanation. It was humiliating and excruciating to relive it with them, and I cried every time. I was trying to essentially train myself to publicly tell every detail, uh, but it became clear that after enough hard cries and nightmares that I wouldn't be able to do that and be okay. It brought me back to a terrible place I thought I was done with. I was doing so well at not letting it affect me for years now, and this all dredged it up. And now I'm telling you, it's out there forever, and I'm sorry. I know it's a lot. Let me check. Let me take opinions from chat real quick. Yeah, Chuggaaconroy's innocent, bro. This is quite an oof there. When I was myself, while I myself never been assaulted, I understand what it is like to end up viewing sex in every negative light. I wouldn't wish I that isn't evil. I would not wish on my enemy. True, 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 true. Um, People are gonna ask questions. Um, Rumsky, if you make it so obvious that they're dating and don't say anything, what do you expect? True. I mean, like, that's why, like, old videos were showing up and, like, oh my god, he's just creeping on her. I'm gonna say, it's like, no, he's just being a lovable boyfriend. I don't know. um, yeah. Next, it's humiliating to tell you even this much, and in order to be believed, I have to tell everyone about my childhood trauma, my sex life, my health issues, my breakup, and what went on in therapy, the mental ward, and how my accuser wanted to use me for sex, and how I almost died because of this. It's extremely painful to talk about. People think they're owed that from me, and no one will listen if I just say I didn't mean it. I didn't mean that, or I was only a teenager. This is the price I paid to show I wasn't preying on someone. I refused to call it a win that I could explain myself in this way. I didn't win when I went through that. True. After my recent psychological training, I think my childhood trauma is also how I went through so much of life thinking there is a clear line between my kink and my interest in shoes. Also, this is just normal. This is just how normal that the roleplay felt. I only I only had my interest my whole life. My role playing started innocently long before I enjoyed anything physical or I knew I even had a kink. All I knew from a long time was I think shoes are funny. I didn't think it was particularly strange that I worked them into stories or talked about them so much. I would act out stories about my own shoes when I was little, and never really stopped doing things like that. It was also where a lot of my sense of humor has always been, and it really was just a joke for many years. The realization that there could be some crossover happened much later in life. Uh, I compartmentalized things to what was sexual and what wasn't. Probably because I did it for so long without a kink, and I thought I could go separating those things by not saying anything arousing for me. It was very messy and flawed logic for a lot of reasons, and intertwined with something I struggled to make sense of. I definitely needed psychiatric help for this, and I'm really sorry to, to everyone I hurt because of it. Enjoying sex is still a problem for me at 34, depending on how much I'm reminded of my past. My ability to enjoy it only existed for a few sections of my life. I still go months to years without it. I wouldn't even say the kink I mentioned is that strong these days. It's been a long time since I last enjoyed it. It's associated with trauma now, and I don't think I'll be into that again for a long time. It sounds gross. When I look when looking at the full picture of the accusations, I want to take this moment to say I've never assaulted or threatened anyone. Every single thing I was shown in entirety was entirely in text messages and fiction, and never went no further than that. I feel I feel that wasn't acknowledged much in the heat of this. I guess it was pretty weird. I don't think I deserved to be nearly driven to suicide. Fucking hell. To have so many personal details revealed and watch the health of people I love decline. And then for the harassment to continue after it got to that point, especially when took this seriously long before anything became public. I absolutely made the right decision to leave the toxic friendship that wasn't fair to Lolly, and I already made that choice 14 years ago to the month. Every single issue here has been resolved privately a long time ago. Okay, now we're getting into some deep shit. I'm gonna give a warning here. This is gonna be deep shit. Purple Paw Prints. Okay, so that was your channel. Okay, I'm gonna properly credit you. Uh, Let me just take a picture. Okay, later when I redo my description. Um, Anything? Read. If anyone's leaving, I hope you guys have a good day. I really do have a good day. It was the shippers at first. Missy was being bombarded by the shippers, and of course, being a sly, meek girl, she didn't want to confirm it and open a bigger can of worms. I mean, true. I mean, true. But again, trigger warning. We're talking about suicide and health stuff and blood. So, warning out there. Now we're getting into some deep shit. My visit to the mental ward. I will be vulnerable with you here, as I hope it might help someone. Seeing the online speculation about me unfolded caused me so much stress. I lost 8 pounds in a week, developed internal bleeding, and was in the ER twice for blood loss. I would use the bathroom and lose my feeling, and then lose feeling in my hands. Even worse, they kept needing to take more of my blood every day to test me for my existing health issues that were worsened by the situation. They had to put me on medication to knock me out every night, and I'm still dependent on it. Holy shit. Okay. So he's still on medication. That's what that seems. Shortly after shortly after you heard last from me, I had dreams and thoughts about ending my own life. I felt I didn't deserve to live, that my life was already over. My mother's high blood pressure was exacerbated by my suicidal ideations, and her health worsened too. She was in the ER twice and only just recently started to recover. Who's texting me now? Oh, hold on, guys. Hold on. Oh, it's just people putting things in self promotion. Got it. Got it. Got it. So I didn't really promote in any other discords. Yeah. When I first called my mom about it, she asked me to hang up and call state suicide prevention hotline. So he did call a hotline. So some some kind of folks came to my house. I told them my side of it, and they placed me in a mental ward for my own protection. I spent a night in a holding facility awaiting care at one point, which was the worst night of this entire ordeal. It was four concrete walls, not properly heated, all alone with my own thoughts and how I wanted to die. But it started to get better after that. I mean, I'm not a psychologist. I'll take his word for that. Maybe if you're confined to your own thoughts and you can think things out, maybe things will get better. Like I don't have a degree in psychology, nor do I. I think psychology is a scary, scary thing. Um, Everyone on the inside was kind to me and didn't judge. They understood how people could misconstrue several things about me. It wasn't easy though. I cried for my friends many times, not able to know how many of them still liked or cared about me. Harsh realities would come to him. I would assume. Um, yeah. Where's my fucking? There it is. While in care, I learned I hadn't been okay mentally for a while and didn't understand some things about myself. Some of my friends were worried about about this. Something my friends were worried about before this all happened. I found out I had an undiagnosed psychotic depression and a chemistry deficiency in my brain. It explained a lot about about my life to this point. I'm not sharing this as an excuse, as an explanation. I'm not looking. I mean, I guess, yeah. Okay. I'm not reading that out. Sorry. Uh, I could stay bitter, sad about things for many years. I handled crises poorly, and my textual play behavior would crop up in times of crisis. I now take medication for this depression. Heck, I just being aware I had it made it so much easier to know what to do and catch it in the act. As a result of my training and reflection, I realized that social knowledge that I was lacking. Another behavior that got me into trouble was that if a conversation went far into a topic and the other person said they were fine with it, it would become a new limit. I thought that as long as I explained myself and got the okay, we were good. This follows a logic that I can see, and I can see why I believe this. I understand now that depending on the person, it can get too much if we go here and there again. I want to thank another patient in the psych ward for pointing out that I was stuck in mental loops during the crisis and helped me snap out of it. If you're reading this, Destiny, you really helped me, and I only wish you were here sooner because you put it into words that finally got through to me. I think I need to go back in time a bit, talk about my mental health. In 2021, I went through many hardships all at once, and it stands to be the worst year of my life. I tried getting psychiatric help, but the mental health industry was overrun due to the pandemic. True. COVID shut down a lot of things, unfortunately, and I was denied help at every turn. At one point, it took my healthcare 9 months to get back to me, only to be told, sorry, there's nothing available. Similarly, I was physically cut off from everyone I knew and lived alone in my house for months. The only help I could get for this in 2021 was a phone service that sponsors YouTubers, and honestly, it didn't work. And I now have a low opinion of it. They didn't help me figure out my behaviors. It was just, are you suicidal? And I'm sorry to hear that. They even encouraged my role playing with friends was as a fix for the hardships I was going through. That is how I got back into it after a long time and what pushed me to ask Lolly as an adult. I'd had very bad a few I've had a few bad years and I think I made some bad calls. My counselor didn't know about the internet. Well, they're fucking lucky. They're a lucky bunch. Uh, they're a lucky bunch of people. The counselor's the only person in existence to not know about the internet. Thank God. Wish it were me. Only listened to me for a few months and then recommended I leave so their schedule can fit more in suicidal people. I didn't realize until 2023 how cruel this was, or that I had a lasting trauma from 2021 until a friend told me I wasn't okay. I think all this had a lasting impact, and I was operating for the first 3 years without psychiatric help that I really needed. Okay. 70. Just hold on. Thank you guys for liking and subscribing, and I'm glad we have 73 viewers. Let's go. Let's continue with this. Uh, I'm gonna I'm gonna look. Bad therapy, dead ass would be worse than therapy. Yeah. The sponsor was BetterHelp. Yeah, I heard things about BetterHelp. I heard that BetterHelp was a horrible service for YouTubers. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, guys, this part was very heavy. This part was really heavy. I did give a trigger. I did give a warning. So I do apologize for those who went through it. I don't think I would have made it life decisions I did during 22 if it weren't for the pandemic. So I feel Chugga here. Uh, Working when I've always been a working guy. I always worked. When I worked during the pandemic, dude. Not to go off topic a bit. Working during the pandemic must have been hard. Like, you were decided if you were essential or not essential, and then they decided if you had to work or not, bro. Like, it was either retail or nothing. Like, if you worked for the state, of course you got a job, but like anything that really wasn't non-essential was shut down. I remember pizza parlors shutting down because of all this, bro. Ruining business. The pandemic ruined a lot, bro. It ruined a lot. Now let's get back on topic, but I just like that was relevant, bro. I've done how I've been. I've done a lot since you last heard from me. It wasn't all bad. Getting out of the psych ward, I left home and went to live with my girlfriend. I like to think all my good luck went to having her around. We had our rough days during this, and she was so caring and didn't judge me for mistakes I made years ago. I knew what decisions were healthy, and never stopped believing I wasn't the same person any longer. You're the greatest, sweetie. As soon as I felt stable, I took care of her because of this situation affected her a lot too. All this wasn't fair to her, and I helped cause it. For both our sakes, I cannot and will not make a mistake like this again. I work hard every day to make sure our future together can be happy, comfortable life. We had a particularly remember a moment when I opened out about the full timeline that got me here. I cried a lot, but by the end of it, we're acting like things were normal again, laughing and making fun of each other. It was a big turning point, and I think it was the moment I finally forgave my past self. So thank God for her. Thank God for her. I didn't get another job, instead lived as a house husband, making sure everything was taken care of for her. Made my care made me a better chef and gave me a great understanding of what she's always done for me. I had some struggles spending every waking moment writing down video ideas because it was the only routine I knew, and my girlfriend liked that I was passionate about something at first, but then later worried because it would put pressure on me to consider a return to videos. She was right, and stopping was a especially difficult thing to do. This craft has been so much of my life up to this point, and I've always loved bringing joy to others. It gave me a strong purpose, and I just sat around for days not knowing what to do with myself. About 2 months into being gone from the internet, I began wishing I would be killed. Oh, fuck me. I didn't want to do it myself anymore. I felt like it would bring an end to my suffering, that I could rest easy believing that. I felt like without my ability to entertain, I had no place in the world. Seeking health care where I was staying was difficult. My conditioning was worsened, and I realized I needed to come home. A lot of you may live in places where this isn't a problem, but the added stress of tremendous health medical bills didn't help with my health either. Sadly, this meant my partner and I couldn't see each other for a long time. We were long distance, and this situation was so taxing on your health that she needed a medical leave from work. All this broke right at the start of from the visit of. Oh, okay, fucking read. All this broke right at the start of a visit from my girlfriend. This trip has meant an extra special. This trip was meant to be extra special because it was our one day away from getting on the plane to go on vacation, where she would have met all of my friends for the first time. And this was to be a trip we would have figured out our long-term future living together. Instead I spent half of my visit preparing a statement and the other half in a mental work while she sat at home alone with my friend Tim. I didn't even get to say goodbye because I was still in the hospital when she flew home and was forcibly placed in a ward with no visitors. This meant she used up her vacation time on a trip where I didn't get to see her. Once I needed to come home from seeing her, we didn't know when we could meet again. It was hard when we were used to visiting often before, and it had a whole visit taken away from us at the last second. The timing of this could not have been worse. It actually kept me from seeing the person I love, and I still know when I'll see her again. There was one night during this when I called a friend, and he said some intentionally harsh things about me, about the situation. I was in tears, and it felt like this was no use even trying to explain myself anymore. My girlfriend got loud for the very first time I ever heard her, and told me I'm not a bad person. That that people only have one side of this, and that every person I talked to still thought I was good, and that most people will see reason. I have the best community, and they are probably just waiting for my side. That sh- that she loves me, and our cat loves me, and you can't fake that. That she was sick of seeing me cry, and that I didn't deserve this much punishment. I took when I took so seriously before anything even made public. It was amazing. Every step of this, everyone told me I wish I could say something about to make this better. No one ever could, but she figured it out. Okay, we're on the last one. Moving forward. Moving forward. I'll check chat. John updated his Robert Thomas measures. and replace a meal's head with bagels. I like John, but I bet he regrets removing a meal, wearing glasses, emo, and following him. So dating with okay. Tim is the goat. Definitely, Tim is the goat, bro. I talked to Tim. I talked to Tim twice. He's a great guy. He's very easy to talk to. Um, yeah. Uh, Tim is really the goat. At the end of this, I do have a statement from Astral that I will read. Obviously, I'm not going to show DM, so I'll be reading it off my phone. um, COVID fucked up a generation now. Yeah, COVID. Yeah, fuck COVID. Okay, moving forward, I'd like to make an ode to my friends. Several reached out at the night I came home from the hospital. They didn't want me to be alone and still believed I was a good person. Heck, I think some of you believed I was more innocent than I did. It took me a while to see this your way. Um, I got kind of like I always thought like he was innocent. There was more to the story because there was already context cut out by everyone involved. Um, that there was no context to most messages, and then here he gives context to literally everything. Um, and this is one of the best responses I could have imagined. um, I love you all, my friends. Even if you were critical of me, I cannot bring myself not to love you. Some of it was things I already agreed with, some of the things I needed to hear, and some of it was telling me that it wasn't bad as I thought. I want to thank my best friend Tim slash Nintendo Capri Sun. Shout out to Tim. He handled so many decisions in this off of this for me when I was not well enough to make them for myself. He cooked for me every day when I wasn't allowed near the knives. I think you really saved me. Please support him all you can. I agree. Support him, bro. Like, he didn't need to come on my show. He didn't need to talk to me, but Tim did it anyway, and like we had a great conversation. Um, I'm still grateful for Astral setting that up the second time. Um, I'm gonna start going through the streams, and I'm gonna start timestamping things so people can just go to this timestamp. I don't know how to do that on YouTube because they're like, no, there's some a little off topic sometimes. Like you'll get like this and like, oh, start here, start a stream. I don't know how to do that, but I'll figure it out. But definitely, I'll start timestamping things for the viewers that need to see things in context. I didn't say this last time. I'm so sorry for the heartache and worry I caused my friends and caused you. I worked hard every day to make sure I would never make you feel like this again and could be more dependable once more. I really didn't mean to do harm here and feel I've learned about myself in ways I didn't know I needed to. These are positive things. Regardless of my clarification and context, I definitely still made mistakes and learned lessons, as well as learned new things about how my mind works. I don't want to get carried away and make it sound like I'm 100% blameless. I needed psychiatric help for my depression and roleplay behavior. I took her criticism of my person seriously and am forever working every day to ensure nothing like this could ever happen again. It will not happen again. I'm a fan of numbers, so let me show you. Since privately confronted about this, I saw my therapist 6 times before this was made public. Completed 11 behavioral health sessions with a psychologist, continuing to do so for the foreseeable future. Spent 5 nights in a mental ward and have met with my doctors twice since then. Uh, Read numerous medical articles to understand my conditions better and how to avoid mistakes. Haven't missed a dosage of 4 medications and supplements to better regulate my brain activity. Have not ever wanted to role play again. To feel more self-aware and cognizant than at any point in my life to this point. I can absolutely, I can absolutely be certain I would never disappoint you like this, and I say that knowing you will hold me to a higher standard than ever. I have always and continue to give it my all in the in the psychiatric help I sought out. In my mind, nothing after my apology changed, and I meant every word, and already was in the process of making good on all this. Months before making anything public, some of these I learned grew from many years ago. I would have been there here to tell you this sooner, but had my mental trauma not kept me from doing it. I needed to heal. I agree. I know like people have criticism. Why didn't you do it sooner? I think like if he did it sooner, things could be misconstrued. I think his stress levels would be like, the highest ever. Yeah. Uh, just remember, do not harass. Do not harass anyone in this. Do not harass anyone. Okay. Wait, is he here or live chat? I don't know. But definitely, yeah. Do not harass anyone. Um, Even if you feel like, oh, they deserve it, don't do it. No harassment. I'm not condoning harassment. I will not condone harassment. I do not encourage it. Do not do it. Emil has said don't do it. I'm saying don't do it. Astral is saying don't do it. Do not do it in general. Um, uh, just because I know it will come up, I have to be real. This whole experience has been so harmful to my health. I'm not sure I'm not sure that I even want this job anymore. I don't know if the life I would have started making videos again would be anything I would like. It sucks to admit that something. It sucks to admit that about something I had such a passion for. It's something I would have to think about for longer. What little creative energy I would have always go towards this, and not some fun video I wanted to make. I cared more about telling my side about it and fixing my problems and improving my mental health. Good. I am in no state to perform and don't expect me to show up at any events. Good. I think eventually if he goes back to events, definitely show him love. Don't bombard him. Don't do anything. But I'm gonna read that again. I'm not in no state to perform, so don't expect me to show up at any events. I think many of you will have criticisms of me. I participate in many jokes at my expense too, and that's okay. I wouldn't have come here today if I didn't know and accept that. Thank you. That's all I wanted to say. Please call the suicide prevention hotline in your area if you are struggling right now. It worked for me. Maybe this situation can save a life, and then I can say my pain was worth it. And that's it. Oh, I still got my pumpkin. I thought I changed that. Um, Thank you guys for subscribing. We're at 84. Let's go. 84. Thank you all. I do have a statement from Astral. She asked me to read it on stream. Um, but before we do that, thoughts? Anyone have thoughts? Opinions on the what bad dog? What bad dog? I wish Karma didn't pull pop. What? I don't know, bro. Yeah, do not make fun of the deceased, please. Let's be yeah, don't. It was bad. Someone made fun of his deceased friend of his, and he exploded in anger. Yeah, don't do that. Definitely don't. Opinions on the Third Reich. I don't know. Uh, don't make me say things, bro. Don't make me say things. Um, one last call for opinions. This Chugga's Wood Day is back on then. Just hate the way, because it really didn't have to be this way. I'm good response overall. The only thing I'm curious about at this point, if anyone, at this point, if anyone responds to this, there's a lot of responses on Twitter. It's the typical people going, I don't care, victim blamer L type of stuff, but I haven't. Well, Lady Emily has blocked me, to be fair, so I really haven't seen anything from Lady Emily. So actually, let me take a look-see. Lady Emily has not made any Lady Emily has not made any statements. From my knowledge, Missy has also not made any statements. That's it. This should have stayed private. Um, there's many things that should have stayed private, but unfortunately, uh, with the allegations at hand, there's some things that had to be said. Yeah, yeah. Twitter has become a complete cesspool. Uh, it's not as bad as it used to be. Okay. Something I took away after from this after watching Omni stream is that the person whose name was blacked out in live pics is secondly a source of everything that happened. Probably. I haven't watched Omni streams on anything. Um, maybe I should look into what he said. I'm not going to do a video review. That's not relevant to the topic. Like, what did Omni say? Like, who cares? That's not what we're here to do today. Okay. I'm going to say one last call, and then I'm going to read Astral's thing. Because she did give me permission to read this on stream. It was funny. Oh, shit. There was a stream today? Yes, my friend. There was a stream today. More during the Florida. His stream was good. That's good. As they influenced Wally and who influenced Chugga in their interactions. I think Chugga needs to be left alone. I hate the fact there could be further hate coming at this. I hope at this point Chugga. I think Chugga's always won. Thoughts on what happened in Sydney? Bad dog, fuck off, bro. People less trigger happy with canceling. Okay, I'm gonna say it here. Since Pro Jared, we've been saying let's stop the cancel culture stuff. It'll never end. It'll never end. Um, as long as there's money and clout and likes, views, subscribes, it's gonna keep happening. I wish people weren't so trigger happy with canceling myself, but we're in a different world. It was like it's definitely not as the same. Okay. Emil needs some support. I hope the best for Emil. I do hope that one day he does come back. For those who are like, oh, what did you start the stream off with? I started the stream off with that. The first video I ever watched from Chuggaaconroy was his Coliseum gameplay. And I've been watching him ever since. So people have no empathy anymore. Yeah, I'm gonna get you canceled, Burn. You can't cancel anything. But we're on to the Astral's response to this. I'm not gonna show DMs on stream. That's how that's gonna be. I'm still working, so I can't join the stream. But feel free to read this if you want to. This is all done through text to speech because I still have a broken wrist. So apologies for any grammar mistakes, etc. I'm sure whatever I say has already been said. But however, it is so sad that so much of this had to come to the public eye when it should have just stayed private. This whole thing should have stayed private from the beginning. We have no right to know such personal things, but now we do because Emil had to defend himself. The document was difficult to read but it made me feel glad to know that finally others can see why me and others like me were so adamant in defending him. He truly is a good guy. For all the others, I don't believe any are evil, as some people keep painting them as even Emily. The world is never black and white. I hope Emily just leaves it now, but we'll have to wait and see. At this point, I hope she lets it go, and I hope she gets help because she needs it too. I just want to make a point about Missy. People are angry that she kept the relationship private, but please remember that the a lot of shippers were unbearable. I met her a few times at conventions, and I can't tell you how many times people kept asking her over and over again, "Are you dating him? Are you together?" etc., etc. I can't blame for wanting to keep it private because can you imagine how dreadful it would have been? Announcing she was dating Announcing she was dating Brett doesn't make her a hypocrite or anything. Brett isn't as big as Emil. But even after they broke up, the shippers were still hounding her, so this is probably just her way to get people to leave her alone. All of this is just for her to be left alone. God, goodness knows what happened. It's not our business. We'll likely never know, and that's okay. I knew they were engaged, but I never, and that's why I wanted people to be kind to her because she's hurt too. There's more to the story. Letting yourself be fueled by hate doesn't help anyone. And I'm disappointed to see that people are still attacking and harassing despite being told not to. I've said it many times, and I'll say it again. I do not and will not condone hate. Hashtag we are with Chuggaaconroy forever. Whatever he decides to do, however it takes for him to make his decision, let's all make sure to cheer him on, and and and, dis, and not disrespect whatever decision he comes to. I've had to take a year offline. Lots of YouTubers had to take a break. This is good and healthy for him. Hopefully, we're nearing the end of this, and hopefully, everyone can move on and heal. That's a statement from Astral. D Dot never called in. He's still playing a game, but you DM'd me. I don't think you did. I'm Tim. Well, I'm done with Turgy until Missy apologizes for lying. Hey, don't make that decision. I'm disappointed you didn't start the stream at 9 a.m. because I was asleep. I woke up at 9:15. I went to bed at 4. um, who ships real life people anyway? A lot of people, bro. This is the internet. This is just how it is. Um, it was on Twitter. Oh, you DM'd me on Twitter. Hold on. I guess I got one more thing to read out. God damn it. D-Watt Master says, I'm going to keep on tweeting this until the end of time. I don't care how many bridges I might burn with this. Emil didn't deserve any of this. And the fact that people are still dragging him through the mud absolutely disgusts me. Well, yeah, don't drag anyone through the mud. Um, he does say he does anticipate many jokes at his expense. Unfortunately, the jokes will continue. And I hope Chemo Star, fuck off. Anyway, I hope things do get better for Emil. Uh, he put out a lot more about and puts things into context about his mental state. He debunks Lolly entirely. He debunks Lady Emily entirely. I mean, if you want them, if you want them, go for it. Picture of shoe. Um, and then we go over the things I already read a couple of weeks ago when I first started. Um, this response was a great response. I think it puts everything into perspective that we didn't exactly need, but it just it's definitely a hard read for those people. That like I understand the criticism that he shouldn't have gone so public with things, but like he had to. Like these allegations were damning. You know what I mean? Like this allegation after allegation after allegation was very hard on him. I refrained looking into the story because there was too much for my small I can't even Sliggins, I can't even speak, and you can't do the story. I refrained from looking at the story because there's just too much for my small brain to analyze. Well, skill issue, skill issue. Uh, I do want those shoes. Okay, we're good. Is there anything else that we really need to cover? Uh, get rid of that. Get rid of that. 80, we peaked at 94. Again, I'm very grateful for the very great support on the channel. We're almost to 300. Like, we're at 86 concurrents, probably averaging 85. I don't know how many likes. I'm not restarting. I'm not refreshing. But like, again, like the support to this channel. Thank you, Ember, for the transitions. That was, people said it was really cool, and I do think it's really cool. PurplePawprints, again, thank you for the thumbnail. I hope, I'm just hoping this is the end of it. I don't want to keep covering this forever. I'm just saying, I just really, I really don't want to keep covering this forever. I think this needs to be an open and shut case. He made his response. I think everyone involved needs to be left alone. Say needs to be left alone. Emily, whether you want to harass her or not, do not harass her for the final time. Do not harass people. Purple, I didn't know what your YouTube channel was, and I looked it up, and I got like 15 different Purple Paw prints. But I'll definitely credit you. Nothing else needs to happen. Yeah, nothing else. I know, like, I was planning on doing, like, all the response to it. I don't really want to do this. Just take notes. He hasn't talked to a minor ever since. He's not a pedophile. He's not a creepo. Nothing. Just got to keep that in mind. Like, there's nothing ever came out after this. I even brought that up in my first videos. Like, there's a trend, and then the trend failed because the trend came to a stop. But I think that's it. Unless there's anything else that we really need to cover. I hope Emil someday is 100% recovered and comes back to do playthroughs, because there's a lot he hasn't played through, such as Twilight Princess. No, not Twilight Princess. Any game but that one. I'm a big Zelda fan, but not that one. No, I'm good. James Gunn. Yeah, James Gunn got canceled for nothing. I would say if Lady Emily does something like this, get a reminder of this situation before any other allegations become serious. I mean, yeah. Thanks for the hug. I mean, Lady Emily did it to Quentin Reviews too, bro. Like, there's already a pattern of behavior that she'll just do false allegations to get ahead. What's wrong with Twilight Princess? I don't like it. I don't. It's one of my, like, no. If I ever get a capture card and I start a gaming channel, I'll do every Zelda game but Twilight Princess. No, I'm good. I am good. I don't want to go through that torture ever again. No, I'm good. I am so good. Because I do plan in the future to have a gaming channel and do some gaming stuff. If people if people are interested in that, we can I'll do that. What about Skyward Sword? I played Skyward Sword on the Switch. It is so much better on the Switch. I love the mechanic. It's not the annoying Wii mechanics. You just use the thumb You just use the thumbstick? My favorite lie was exposed at the... Isn't fake. Play Fortnite on the gaming channel. No, I'm good. How likely do you think is Umil comes back to making videos again at all? I don't know. I hope he comes back. I think a lot of us hope he comes back, but that's up to him. I think this experience was probably very damning to him. Just getting bombarded for the past 2 months. It's April 14th. It's April 17th, bro. It's 3 months later. 3 months! You gotta remember, this is 3 months later. This all started in January around this time. So imagine getting bombarded with hate every day for the past 3 months. And half of it was... Oh, my mic keeps dying, but back to... I think being bombarded for the past 3 months, and half of it you're not even aware. Yeah. Making videos is a hobby, not just for content creation. True. Yeah, I hope he... I mean, I hope he comes back, but I bet the trauma from all this is like... Vsauce drama. I never looked into the Vinesauce drama. I know he did like Among Us stuff recently. But again, like I said, thank you for all the support. I hope you guys, even though you're all Chugga people, I hope you guys stick around for future content. Definitely, like, I want to make a community. Even though I'm already in one. Definitely, just tell me what you want me to do. I don't know. I'm good to go. But definitely, I do thank everyone for the support, for the likes and subscribes. Chuggaaconroy is vindicated. All lies exposed. We are with Chuggaaconroy. I have things to do today. I bet you guys have things you got to do today. But know in solace that Chuggaaconroy is innocent, and we knew it all along. For those who still got to the end, believing in Chuggaaconroy, I thank you as well, instead of just believing absolute bullshit. But again, I hope you guys stay for the channel. I hope you guys watch my future endeavors. I do another podcast, Out of Orbit podcast, with Ember and Nicole and a couple others. But yeah, work time. It's my day off, so I'm gonna go do things on my day off. I'm off tomorrow too. Maybe I'll Ruka, good joke, bro. Good joke. Good joke. Why? But I'm off tomorrow. Maybe I'll stream tomorrow about something. I already did Screwed Over by Emily. I did send a doc to burn later. You sent me a doc? When? I don't know. I never got a document. But you guys have a good day. And I just hope the best for you all. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. I may stream tomorrow. I may stream games. I don't know. But I hope to see you all there. Remember, all lies exposed. We are with Chuggaaconroy. Spam that in chat. Spam as much as you want. We are with Chuggaaconroy. And you guys have a good night.
GG, bro. What happened to your college?